Hi everyone, and welcome on this very first live streaming of the YouTube official video channel, not video. Today we have Tiziano, co-founder of the Metalswap project, and Lorenzo from the marketing and communication department. Welcome, guys.
Thank you, Marco. Hi to everyone.
Hi, Marco. Hi, Tiziano. Hi, guys.
In this video, we are going to have a deep dive in the decentralized application of Metalswap, a real tutorial on the core feature of the Metalswap project, namely the swap, the hedging swap feature. And I will now leave the floor to Tiziano, who will share the screen and guide us in this tutorial. Please make every question you have in the chat of the live streaming.
Thank you, Marco. Just to remember to everyone that this will be a very technical, not too deep, but will be a technical tutorial. So we'll be focusing the depth and how it works more than all the other aspects of the strategy, the vision, and the other things. So we will see how Metalswap works from the opening of an hedging position to the closing, to the rewards and everything. So let's start with the Metalswap.finance website, where we can find all the different solutions we have. And this will be a spoiler. This page will change soon. So in this video, maybe in the future, you will see another page because we are reworking all the page. But also in the future, we will see the same functions. And the important functions for today will be the demo and the launch app. Actually, to use Metalswap, you should go to launch app. I guess everyone watching knows. And very important, another thing that maybe not so many people look usually, is the Medium page. Because everything we do will be posted on Medium. There will be an explanation of what we implemented on Medium, like a post like this. We can see the page now. For example, the live where we are now was anticipated and announced here. And everything is announced here. For example, we can find here some use cases, so real use cases, what Metalswap will be used for. And we have, for example, the Goerli demo live. And watching at this video, we can also see that there is a roadmap. Actually, in this moment, we reached the third point of this short roadmap until the end of the year. The first one was the launch on the mainnet. So the DApp now is on Ethereum. You can use the Hedging Swap actually live on Ethereum. And then we launched what before was the testnet on Goerli. So the testnet of Ethereum, where you can try and test all the positions without risks. So you can use the DApp using fake money and try how it works. And it will be what we will use today to show how you can open an hedging position. So something that can avoid the volatility of the market on the asset you want to cover. So let's see how this works. Actually, if I launch from the website, the app, I will go directly on the app. You can recognize it from the URL here, app.metalswap.finance. And already from here, you can work with Metalswap. You should connect your wallet. Your wallet is MetaMask in this moment, and we want to insert other wallets in the future. But at the moment, the main wallet is MetaMask, and we have the swaps on Ethereum as mainnet. The other network, the other blockchains like BNB and Polygon are used for different use cases.
Features,
yes. So if I, in this case, connect my MetaMask, I'm using an address. This is only for this use case and only for this demo. I'm able already to use the app. The problem is that here I have zero balance for Ethereum and zero balance for Bitcoin, that are the assets we can use at the moment in the DEP and USDT. So for showing how it works, I will use the demo, and this could be something interesting for everyone, even for the people who never used the application, never saw how XMT works and everything. So let's go to demo. We go through this part of the page, and we can launch the demo on the Goerli Testnet. Here, there is the message with intention. So the page tells us that the network is not the official network, it's not Ethereum, and to change the network in our wallet. We can switch the wallet. Again, everything here is fake, so there is no economic real value. But we can test all the functionalities the same that we can find in the real application. So now my wallet is on testnet Goerli. Yeah, it's in Italian, but it's network. And I will connect the DEP like this. So now I'm connected. In the demo, I already have some Goerli header. This will be the equivalent we can find in Ethereum is the gas, the transaction fee asset that we can pay, we can use to pay. So how to obtain some header from the testnet? We implemented the faucet. The faucet can be found here in the header of the page. And this is a new functionality we introduced to let the people use the page, use the application. For the Ether, this is a link to a Goerli header faucet. It's not something we implemented, but is one of the main faucet on Goerli. And it's very easy. So you can insert your address here, just copying the address from the wallet, like this. We'll do the CAPTCHA.
Yeah, we're solving very funny CAPTCHAs.
These are used to don't spam, of course, the faucet for the bot and everything. And we can start to mine. Now, actually, to don't get too many people accessing the faucet and to overload the system, they use a part of your computational power. I think this is real. I don't know, this is real mining or something like this. So it's using the hardware of your computer to mine some Ether on Goerli. Anyway, once we have some, we can stop the mining. In this case, I already have some. We can stop and collect. After that, we need some other assets. This will be the main asset that we can use on our application. So wrapped BTC and USDT. Again, these are not the real assets. These are the tokens we, as Metalswap, created on the Goerli Testnet to try. And so just clicking here, we can claim some of them, and we'll receive.
You will need to have a 0.1 Goerli Ethereum on your wallet to retrieve these tokens. It's again is an anti-spam feature. So you have to first go through the Ethereum faucet and then get the test token from our faucet.
Yes. So before we go here, and then we claim the tokens. After that, we can see already our token inside our address. Maybe they are not shown in our wallet. This doesn't mean that we don't have them. Actually, if we look at the tokens inside Etherscan, looking looking for our address, we can see the tokens. Anyway, we added here some buttons to add the token and to show them in our wallet. So just clicking add wrapped BTC, this will call a function that will add the token in our wallet like this. Now I double clicked. Here we go. And the same for USDT. So in this case, you can see I have a lot of USDT and WBTC. This was because I already charged my wallet. When you ask for some token here in the faucet, you will receive something like 0.1 or
Yeah.
1 cent and maybe 100 USDT, something like this. But you can request every 24 hours. And this is enough to try our DApp. So now we're ready because in the wallet we could cover wrap BTC or Ether, because at the end, now at the moment in the DApp, we have these assets. In the future, when there will be a new asset, for example, now as we saw in the where it is in the roadmap, the team is working to add a new asset, a metal asset, and the next one will be gold. When you will have gold inside the Metaswap mainnet dApp, you will see the asset here. So here we can change which address we are working on. The use case, the simplest one, is working with Ether. So we'll see how to cover Ether against volatility. How to look at this dashboard. Then if I now I'm seeing that there is also someone in the chat. Hi Stefano, hi Justin. So how to look at this dashboard? The first thing we should see is which asset we are using. In this case, we are working on Ether. Then here we have the actual price of Ether. So how much is worth in USD on the market, on the average market. So in this moment is $1,301. And these are some data for the volatility in the last 24 hours and 7 days. Here we have a graph where we can see the volatility. This is important because Metaswap is an hedging swap instrument against volatility. So if the graph here, if the trend is very volatile, means that Metaswap is very useful. In this case, in the last period, we have less volatility than usual, but everyone knows that in these markets, and especially for crypto, volatility is under the corner, is coming when we don't expect it. Anyway, what we want to do is to fix this price. So maybe we have some header, and we are scared, we are worried that the price can drop in the future. So let's take the example where we want to cover against a price that is going down on Ethereum. So Ethereum, for example, we think that next week can be less than today. In this case, we can cover our position using this other part of the dApp. And how it works. Let's say that in our wallet we have, for example, in my case, I have something more than 10 Ether. And I'm afraid that this value can be lower in a week. So my target size will be 10 Ether because I want to cover what I already have. I don't want to lose money. I don't want to lose money while Ether is losing price in the market. So I want to cover my 10 Ether. I can do it using all my assets, so with a cover of 100% of what I have. Otherwise, I can use only a part of what I have inside my wallet. This is a leverage. What we should see is this part of the dApp, because here is graphically clear what I'm saying. I can read what is the price in this moment. I have an idea maybe that next week the price will be lower. So going lower, it means that the price will go in this direction, will go here. And in this case, what will happen in the reality? In the reality, I will see my Ether in my wallet losing value. But if I open a position on Metaswap, if the price goes here, Metaswap will pay me the price of what I'm losing in the counter value of my Ether. we will see how it works. Now I'm just explaining the theory. I have to be what I have to think is what can happen if the price, instead of going down, will go up. If the price goes up, I have to be to make attention to these numbers and to this price. This is the threshold. The threshold works in a way that if the price goes against what I was thinking to when I opened the position, then my cover will be used to pay the difference. So if I'm thinking that the price in a week, so let's put a week from today, this will mean the 29th of October, the expiration date of my position. The target size will be 10. Then I have to think how much it goes up, it can go up before I lose all my cover. If I think that Ether cannot go more than $1,000, I can keep my price like this. For example, let's think that maybe Ether will not go over $1,600. This could be a good threshold for us. These are only examples. Of course, you should open a position only after you study a strategy. So this is a tutorial, not a way of forward or of having a prediction of where Ethereum will go. We don't know. But if we have an idea, we can set our data here. So after setting the threshold, I already have automatically my cover set it up. And in this case will be the 28% because I will use 2.8 Ether to cover a target size of 10 Ether to cover all my wallet. This other data is what I'm receiving as a reward to open the position. Because in what we taught building Metalswap is that everyone using the DApp is someone giving something to the project, and so is someone that is able to understand how Metalswap works, and someone worth to possess and hold XMT. Here we have something a bit more complicated. So these are the pools, because everything on Metalswap is based on liquidity pools. We can find the liquidity pool here. Everything is decentralized. This means that everyone can put the tokens, the money inside the pools. For example, can put Ether, can deposit wrapped BTC or USDT. And these liquidity pools will be used to open the positions. And Metaswap itself will do the calculation to understand if an operation can be done or not based on how much is inside the liquidity pools. So if everyone opens a position in one direction, for example, everyone opens a position shorting Ether, because in this case, we are seeing in the future a lower price on Ethereum. This means that we are shorting Ether on the DEP. Then in this case, the liquidity pools will be unbalanced in only one direction. And for this reason, the application is disincentivizing the opening in this direction. And it's what is happening in this moment. So in the demo, in this case, everyone or more people are guessing that the price of Ether will be lower next week. And this is why we read here, swap Ether to USDT are not boosted with more reward. This is the reason, and this is the reason why we see a red highlighting here. So we are receiving less rewards because we are doing what everyone is doing, and so unbalancing the liquidity pool. Anyway, these are all details, and these details are written here. you can find all the details of the different components of the DApp, reading the explanations here, reading the Medium on the Medium page, reading the docs on the doc page. I didn't show the docs. Here we have a link, and you can see how the DApp is working. Just to conclude this use case, I will open the position. Now that I set what I want to do, so 1 week of expire date, the target size, how much I want to put in cover, I have to consider another data that I didn't mention, that is the premium. What is the premium? The premium is what we pay to have our coverage. It's like an insurance premium. When we open an insurance to cover our position, we pay a premium, and this is the cost we have to pay to have this coverage for 1 week. Here, everything is already inside this price. So this means that instead of closing the position when it expires, at the end of the date of expiration date, we will have already our position closed automatically. This is very different from what we can find in DeFi usually, because in DeFi we should close everything manually even after the expiration date is expired. For example, we can find other DeFi applications that makes options, that make futures. Usually, you should pay when you open, and you should pay when you close the position to receive the rewards. In this case, everything is already inside this
included. Yeah.
Included. And part of this will be used to do a buyback on the XMT token. This is the system that creates a demand. The more the application is used, the more the premium are collected from the smart contract, and the more the smart contract will buy back XMT, and this XMT will go back inside the liquidity rewards. So from where these liquidity rewards are coming from, they are coming from the buyback of the token itself. And at the beginning, of course, there is a budget already put from the beginning of the TGE, from the token generation event. There is already a budget. This is going down while the token is distributed as a reward. But the more the application is used, the more the XMT is bought back again and put as liquidity. So this is the circle. We explained everything in the white paper. So if you search in the white paper that you can find always in the main page, I think here we have the button here. Maybe I can show this circle very fast. It's something explained in this part. Here. This is the token flow. So we can see the user opening the swap, paying a fee, and this fee is collected from the premium. And the premium is going to so this fee are going to the liquidity pool. Actually, they are going to a contract. This contract is doing a buyback, and the buyback is depositing again the XMT inside the liquidity incentives. And these liquidity incentives are used again to pay back the opening of the swaps from the user. This is what I just explained. Now I think it's much more clear once we have already the application working. So I have everything already set it up. I just have to open the swap. Clicking here. Actually, before, I think you should do the allowance. You should click the allowance button. I already did it to consent the address to access your to the smart contract to access your address. After that, we can see here all the calculation of the costs. Now here we can see the amount, the whole amount, the sum of the cover, of the premium, and all the costs all together, because I'm doing something only on Ethereum. So I pay everything in Ether.
Yeah, that's a very important point. And you are not going to pay 3.3 Ethereum, but you are just moving this 3.3 Ethereum to the smart contract, which is doing the swap. What you are paying is just the premium. The cover is sent just as a cover, as the name suggests, to the swap. So if you just go back, Tiziano, to the main dashboard, so we can have a recap of the data of the opening position. If the price of Ethereum within the 29th of October is not going to be in the red area of the price arc, so it's going to be below the 1,300 price, you will be receiving back your cover and the profit from the swap. If the price of the Ethereum is going to be in the red area, you will receive back a portion of the cover, and if the price hits the threshold, you will lose the cover and the premium. Okay, this is a very important point of how the hedging swap works.
And very important is to understand that if this happens, anyway, it means that you didn't lose money. Why? Because if you had, like me, 10 Ether inside your wallet, at the moment, 10 Ether are worth 1,300 per Ether, so it's easy to calculate, $13,000. But if the price will go here, it means that my wallet will be worth $16,000. So it's true that I lose 2.8 Ether in cover, but what I have at the end, it will be more or less the same amount of money I had before. This is why this instrument is used to cover when there is volatility. And this is the worst case, because if you used Metalswap and the price goes up, it means that you paid for an insurance that was not needed, of course, but we cannot know if the price will go up or down. And we are opening a short position in this case because our idea is that the price in the future, in 1 week in this case, will go down. So what happens if the price goes down? That my 10 Ether, for example, if the Ether in 1 week will touch $1,000, instead of having $13,000, I will have $10,000. And then I lose $3,000 if I don't have a cover, if I don't have a position, an edge position. And in this case, what Marco was telling is that the price will be here, for example, at 1,000, and we will see the application, the decentralized application, paying us the difference. And this is how Metalswap works. And the cover will be untouched. So the cover will be here. At the expire date, we'll be receiving back the cover, more the price that we are gaining. So maybe we can see something if we are.
Yeah, funny thing is that also when you open your swap, you don't think that the price of Ethereum can hit threshold, but after opening swap, this feeling change. You feel that the price can go to the threshold. You can manage your position. Maybe further in this video we will see that.
We can show
so
that.
You can add more cover and change the threshold price. So this is very useful thing.
Yes. Let's continue with the tutorial. So I will open the swap. Clicking here, we see again the operation opening in my wallet. In my wallet, I see the complete amount, as we said, the cover that I will deposit, but will be not used if the price doesn't go against our position. The premium will be used. This is the price we are paying to open the position. And then we have to pay something to the Ethereum network. This is something every operation on Ethereum should be. It's a must. The fees on Ethereum. So now, opening, I see here, I show you in the activity, Again, sorry for the Italian here, but my wallet, of course, is set it in Italian. So the iteration here of the contract has been done. This means the operation is done. In my wallet, I see now everything I had before minus what I spent. And here, in the current active swaps, I can see what I just opened. The color here in this moment is gray. Why is gray? Because I'm not having any gain, any profit. My cover position is the same as I opened. And why? Because the price didn't move in these few seconds. Now, if from now on the price will move, I will see a profit or a loss. And if I have a profit here, this means that I'm losing something, the counter value in my wallet, and vice versa. So clicking, we can see what we just opened. Here we have the ID of the active swap. On the demo, this is the 23rd operation. If you go to the main app, you will see much more operation already opened. This answers another question. Many people is asking how many swaps are already opened. If you see your ID, you can see the number of swaps before you. And this changes if you are on Ethereum and if you are on BTC. So this is the number 23 for Ethereum on the demo. Here we see the resume, what we did and the actual position we have. So the expire date is the same hour 1 week from now. These are the closing penalties. This is an interesting point. Why? Because if we see that there is a spike of the price, for example, the price today, this evening, will go suddenly to 1,000, we can decide to close our position, making our calculations. For example, the profit can be higher then we would be higher than what we pay to close, and then maybe we could decide to close the position. Actually, we should remember that we paid also something to open the position, so the premium. So we should sum the closing penalties to the premium. This is the cost that we have to take the profit, and then we have to see if the profit is more than this calculation. Anyway, this is something logic. I'm explaining something that everyone using the application should think about. The margin left is the same because the price didn't move. Now we can see if the price moves and what we can do while we'll have this live. Meanwhile, I can do a different example. So this position will stay here open. We'll see if the price moves now. And meanwhile, we'll go to wrapped BTC. So let's try to do another example with wrapped BTC. The example will be to open a long position. Let's say like this. And why I should open a long position? Maybe because I'm afraid that BTC, Bitcoin, will rise in price next week. So at the moment, I have no money to buy BTC, but I'm afraid that next week, BTC will be more valuable. So I want to fix the price to the price of today. At the price of today. In this case, to change the positioning, I have to click here, USDT. In this way, I'm changing the vision. Again, here we can see the price of wrapped BTC, that is the token representing the Bitcoin on the Ethereum mainnet. And maybe in 1 week, I think for some reason, because I did my study, that Bitcoin could go to 20,000 or 21,000. But today, I have no money to buy an entire BTC. What I will do here is, again, selecting the date, 1 week we said, so 29th. the target price, I want to buy an entire BTC. So let's say, I don't know if I have the money. Let's check. Let's see in my wallet. Yes, I have them, luckily. So I want to cover my, anyway, I don't do it entirely because I will use the leverage. So anyway, I could do it. But anyway, let's say I want to cover the position for the price of today. This target size, I want to fix this price to the next week. Again, to set the cover, my suggestion is not to select the cover like this randomly, but to think about the threshold. Because if we have a vision where BTC will be higher in price next week, we should also have a vision where, in case we are wrong, the price could go down. And how much it can go down? This is the threshold. So if we think that the price of Bitcoin cannot go under 13,000, for example, is just an example. I don't know, really, I don't know. So it's not a financial advice. I don't know, it's just an example. Maybe Bitcoin cannot go under 13,000 for our calculation, for our ideas, for our strategy. We can set the threshold here. In this case, this means that the cover to have this target size will be set automatically to $7,089. In this case, I'm paying in dollars because we have to remember, I don't have BTC. I want to buy BTC. I'm afraid that the price will go up next week. At the moment, I don't have the money. So I don't have the entire target size. I just have a part of them. In this way, with 7,000, I can have what I will have with an entire BTC using the leverage. This will be the liquidity reward I'm receiving. Also, in this case, everyone is using is having the same vision. So they don't have BTC, but they expect Bitcoin to be higher. And so also in this case, I'm not incentivized because I'm going against the balancing of the pools. I can see it here. Everyone is on USDT and wants to long BTC. So the liquidity reward is lower and the premium is usually higher because everything, if I go in the direction that the DEP would like to see, it's more incentivized. So I pay less and I receive more. In this case, I didn't try this position before, so I have to do the allowance to consent the contract to access to my address. We can see the allowance here, as always, in the activities. And everything here can be used with a MetaMask, using a MetaMask on like me here as an extension in the browser. You can use your hardware wallet, connecting your hardware wallet to the MetaMask. This will be the best case. Now, just showing, I'm using it without the Ledger, but Ledger or your preferred hardware wallet, but will be much better to use an hardware wallet. So doing the opening the position, now that I already have everything set up, I just need to open. Again here, this is a bit different because in this case, I'm paying an amount in USDT and what I have to pay to open to make the transaction, and the rest I'm paying will be in USDT. So not in Ether in this case. I'm paying 783 USDT to open, and I'm depositing 7,089 USDT as a cover. We can see it in the details of the transaction.
And it's funny noticing that we are also quite close to the point where the liquidity pools won't allow the opening of the swaps because we are unbalanced at the 96%. So maybe after this...
Not yet. Maybe
Not
I should
yet.
open another one.
Not yet. If you can add just a 0 to the target size, maybe we can show that the decentralized application won't allow the opening of the swap. I meant add a 0 to the
Okay,
number.
yeah.
So I had like 10 BTC.
Okay. 10 BTC, then we can do something like $200.
Yeah, 200. Yeah.
200,000. For example, in this case, Marco is saying that if I want to cover myself for a target size of $200,000, that it will be 10, more or less 10 rep BTC, I cannot open this position. Why? Because the liquidity pool, it's unbalanced and cannot cover this position. So before being able to open this position, someone has to rebalance. So what it means, someone
To provide the liquidity.
Yeah, there are two cases: or the more liquidity is provided in the liquidity pool, or there are more position in the opposite direction opened, so that everything will be balanced and balanced. These are more complicated use cases, but anyway, this is how it works. Now everyone is opening a position like this, and the position is opened here. We can see that the ID is the number 8. This means that I guess all the 8 position are like this, so are long on BTC. So that's why everything is unbalanced. Usually, if there are many positions, it's very how can say likely that we will see mixed positions. So someone is expecting rep BTC going down, someone is expecting rep BTC going up next week. In this case, everyone, because are few, are expecting rep BTC going up. But this is just a demo. I think in reality things will change. So this is the position, expire date, the profit, the margin left that wasn't touched because the price didn't change. The closing penalties in USDT, they are very high. Another thing I want to add is that this will be lower day by day. If I go close to the expired date, of course, the closing penalty will be very low, because now it's very high because I just have the position opened. I just had the position opened, and the expired date needs other 7 days to be expired. These are the liquidity rewards, and this will be received at the end of the position, so at the expiration date. And this will be higher when the expiration date is at the end. I don't see movements on the prices. Strange. I don't know if the Goerli Testnet is updated.
The Goerli oracles are quite lazy compared to the main net. So
yeah, it's even true that it's Saturday, and in this last period, the volatility is very, very low. But anyway, when this price changes, we see changes also in the situations here. Meanwhile, if you have some question about how it works, please do it now, because this is the moment where we are focused to answer. If you want to add something, Marco, Lorenzo, we can explain something about this. Yeah, okay, this is a good question. Can I add liquidity to the pool without open a position? Nice question, Justin, thank you. So let's see how the liquidity pool works. Of course you can. This works like, for example, let's think about a decentralized exchange like Uniswap. Uniswap is our main DEX for the XMT token, and it works in a way similar to this. So every token exchanged on the decentralized exchange, it's possible to swap because there are people depositing assets inside the pool. And in this way, we are not exchanging, we are not swapping tokens. We are opening positions that at the end make a calculation of the cash flow at the expiration date. But to do that, we should be covered in the position and with the asset we have inside. Here in liquidity pool, we see all the position. In this case, in the demo, I don't know if the graphic is here updated. Maybe I can go to the main, to the real
The mainnet,
application in mainnet. So going to launching the app for real, you can always distinct the demo from the app in the URL here. app.metalswap.finance is the real decentralized application running on Ethereum. And at the moment, my wallet is set with the testnet, so I have to switch the network.
Yeah, Justin is confirming that the
here
the chart is working on the mainnet.
Yes, I saw. Thank you. Here we can go to the swap. Here the header is a bit different because we have more functions in the mainnet dApp, but you can find everything connected to the swap here inside this menu. We can go to liquidity pool. In liquidity pool, we can see how the liquidity are now composed for real. So there are inside the Ethereum liquidity pool 64 Ether, 5 WBTC, and almost 200k USDT. And these are the graphs. How to participate? We should connect our wallet and we can create a new position, clicking here, and provide what we want to provide. If we want to deposit USDT, WBTC, we don't need to open a swap to do that. And why we should do that? Because depositing, we are receiving rewards in XMT. So we can deposit what we want and receiving rewards. At the moment, this pool is not really incentivized. So is incentivized. There are there are rewards in XMT, but if we want to have more deposit on these pools, we can raise the rewards in XMT to, how can say, incentivize the deposits.
Yeah, the foundation behind the Metalswap project decided to incentivize the liquidity providing very little in the first stage to protect the end users.
Exactly. So at the moment, it just, I don't remember if 1 month or maybe we didn't reach 2 months of the mainnet, and so the liquidity at the moment is all the liquidity deposited by the foundation. In the future will be...
Yeah, we can see here in the chart the liquidity was provided on the 1st of September or the 2nd of September. So that's
right.
Where we launched the mainnet.
We can see it here. Maybe in the demo, I can anyway try to deposit something. Let's see if it works. Just because I want to show that there is the minting of a NFT when you deposit liquidity in the pools. This is interesting. So I'm back to the demo with my wallet. Now I will try to do a deposit. I don't know, since the graph is not working, I don't know if it works, but we will try. I can deposit Ether or even dollars. Let's try with USDT. Maybe 1,000. Before doing that, I have to do, as usual, the allowance to the contract.
Yeah. But Justin, as a reply to your question, yes, you can definitely provide liquidity without opening a swap position. And when on the mainnet, we will be ahead of the first stage of the protocol. We will incentivize, of course, the opening of the liquidity position directly from the users. And that's a real core feature of the protocol, because the swaps can be open only if there is the liquidity in the liquidity pools. We are decentralized. There is no central actor to allow or deny you to open a swap. They are just the liquidity pools. So if the liquidity pools have enough liquidity to allow the opening of the swaps, they will allow. Otherwise, they will deny it.
Exactly. And everybody can participate to the liquidity providing. This is the base function of every DeFi application. So decentralized finance. Let's try to create this position with $1,000 USDT. Again, I'm back on demo.
Yeah.
And a suggestion from me will be to try this demo before doing everything else. So in this moment, we are also running a swap competition on mainnet, of course, not on demo. But before doing that, please try the demo because it's risk-free. So you can try the application, you can see how it works. You can use your MetaMask. If you are not so used to MetaMask, you can try to install it, ask for the fake tokens, the demo tokens, and so you can see some fake money with which you could play and try and be liquidated if needed, so you can root your cover without using money. It's risk-free. Now, as you can see, I created my position. I just deposited 1000K and USDT. And the nice feature we implemented, and maybe we didn't publicize too much, is that we are minting NFT for these positions. So this NFT represents what I deposited. And from here, I can see how much I'm gaining, I'm collecting for this deposit. This is the incentive to do the deposits. And once I collected some XMT, not on demo, you can try on demo, but on demo it's not incentivized. On the real DApp, it is. And then you can redeem your reward because you are doing the liquidity provider of the system. So that's why you are part of the Metalswap ecosystem. At any time, you can do your remove liquidity and add the liquidity. You have just to remember that there is a cooldown of 2 weeks once you deposit it first. After 2 weeks, you are free to withdraw at any time. And you can add whenever you want. In this case, these NFT are interesting. We will be explaining them in the future. Maybe we will create some more documentation because you can find a different, I can say,
combinations,
background,
frames, chips,
and the rarity of this NFT is the combination of these layers. For example, you can find the frame in gold, or you can find a shiny one, and this gem can be different. So this gamification of this part, of course, is the important is the liquidity, not the graphic part, but it's nice to have a rare NFT anyway, even because when you remove liquidity, you will keep the NFT in any case.
Yeah.
And this will be linked to your wallet. So in your wallet, if you see your address on Etherscan, you will see the NFT, the ERC721 token in your wallet. Let's see if something changed. Meanwhile, if the price changed, okay. On Ether just moved to $1 more. So I don't think there will be a profit for $1. But anyway,
maybe we can see how to manage this position. Maybe we think now that the threshold is maybe Ether can eat that type of price, so we can change that.
But we can see that the cover, the margin left, was 2.8 originally when we opened the position, and now is a little bit lower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the price moved against our prediction, so it's moving on in the red area of the price arc.
Yeah. So if we remember, we opened to 1,301. We were expecting the price going down. Instead, in this moment, and it's not finished because we have the position open till next Saturday, the price is going against us. This means that we are having a counter value in our wallet that is more than what we had when we opened the position. So we are gaining money to cover this volatility, this low volatility in this moment. We are losing a part of our cover in our position. And Lorenzo was saying, if we are scared, we are afraid that the position can go farther in this direction, and so that we can be liquidated and lose all our position, we could extend, or for better saying, we can rise our threshold in price. For example, if I want to cover myself against a price of Ether of 1,900, I can refinance my swap, depositing what is calculated in this case, and I can do the depositing of new 2.3 Goerli Ether. And I put the threshold very high, so I don't take any risk of liquidation in my calculation, of course. I can put the leverage till 100% to be sure that if the price goes very, very high, I will lose money here, but I will gain money in the real spot position. Okay, I think it's done. Let's see. The activity, yes, the interaction is done. So let's see the update of the position.
Yeah.
Now the new threshold is moved to 1,900. So this is how it works. Now we are doing examples. Of course, if the volatility moves by $1, I don't move my threshold so high. Everything should be done personally and should be calculated for our needs. Let's see some questions. Tell me if we have new questions in chat.
Yeah, Parvin say, do I pay any fee to close my position in advantage? Yes, you have closing penalties all scenario. So, for example, now we're paying 0.38 Ethereum to close. And if you leave your position open, these closing penalties goes lower. And your liquidity reward goes higher because you earn your liquidity reward in the time of your position go through the expired date.
Yeah, that is the second question of Parvin is related to the liquidity reward. So they are going in the opposite direction. The closer you get to the expiration date, the lower the closing penalties will be, and the higher the liquidity reward will be.
Yes. It's something I mentioned before. So at the moment we just opened the position, so it's normal that the closing penalty is very high. This is done for the sustainability of the system. Otherwise, imagine if you get a profit after 1 second of $10, for example, you didn't have to pay anything to close. Of course, this will be a very easy attack to the pools to withdraw money from the pools. Otherwise, you can withdraw only after the expiration date get closer. Otherwise, you have to pay something, and the balance between profit and closing penalties is usually calculated by the algorithm behind the smart contracts of the swap system. And everything is was tested for months. That's why, if you will remember, the testnet of the system was running for several months just to calculate all these numbers and these fees. It was a very long period of testing. So at the moment, with Lorenzo, we calculated also that the fees in this system is one of the lower of the DeFi ecosystem. So you cannot find before all, you cannot find other Hedging Swap DeFi decentralized app on the market, as far as we know. After that, maybe you can find other the derivatives solutions on DeFi, on the decentralized finance, like options or futures, but usually they are working differently because the instrument is different, and usually you are paying more fees. Maybe you don't see initially that the fees are higher, but at the end, if you calculate also the closing fees, because it's very important to understand that you have to pay the closing penalties if you want to close your position sooner than the normal expiration date. If you want to wait for the expiration date, you should do like this because you had a strategy, so you want to cover till a certain date. Then you don't have to pay anything more. You will find your profit automatically in your wallet at the expiration date. You will find your profit. If you are in profit, you will find your XMT rewards in your wallet. So everything you pay is paid at the beginning. So this is why maybe it seems that it's high. But in other DeFi application, of course, in brokers and CeFi or centralized finance, you pay maybe less, but it's completely another system. You have to do the KYC. You cannot interact with your MetaMask. You cannot work like this. You have to do all the accounts and everything. Maybe you should be professional to do that. In this way, every retail can interact with some easy steps with the application, and you can do it without asking permission, because you can connect to the DEP. Just going to, in this case, I'm on the demo, and I suggest to do it in the demo. But if you go to app.metalswap.finance with your MetaMask, you can use it without asking permission to us or to anyone. You can open your position, and at the end, you will receive your coverage or what your expiration position will be. So let's see if there are other questions related, because I saw something. We can talk briefly also about the swap competition details. Yes, once we're here, just one moment, because today it's a tutorial on how the application works, and actually the swap competition is something more advanced. You should be able to use properly the DEP and then compete. How to add test token infos to my MetaMask. This is something I showed at the beginning of this tutorial session, but I can show it again. So if you are on demo here, just go to faucet here in the header, in the menu, and in faucet, now I did the claim at the beginning of this live session for the tokens. If you don't see the tokens here in the list, like me, just click here. Just click this button. For example, if you have USDT, just click the button, and clicking, you should see the prompt of the wallet, add token, and then you will see the adding token. Now I did it again, so it makes no sense, but for you, it will. Okay, so you can find it here. Do you see something interesting, or we can talk briefly about the swap competition, then going to the end?
Yes, Justin was asking, I don't find how much is the percentage of the incentives on mainnet. As we said, now we don't have an incentive to provide liquidity for Hedging Swap. So in the moment, in the step 2, we'll see how much is the percentage of XMT that the Metalswap will incentivize providing liquidity. So we will see.
Yeah. So in this phase is not our the foundation want to protect, let's say, the liquidity providers. In the future, when everything will be more stable and the system will be more proved, then the incentivation, the incentives for the liquidity providing will be more explained and visible also here in the DEP. Also because now, as I told at the beginning, where it is, the Goerli here. We are in the introduction, in the phase where we are introducing the metal asset gold. So everything is now under construction for this new asset, and after that we will have new features coming, and also the incentivized liquidity providing. It's already working. It's just not shown because it's not in the interest of the DEP in this moment. Okay, I saw questions about the swap competition. Maybe we can do that very, very quick.
Yeah.
So today we saw how to use the hedging swaps, and actually there is a running swap competition, how it works. So maybe Lorenzo, you can help me with this, but it's very, very simple. So every time you open a position, you get profit on this position. These are calculated, these are summed in your address. So every address counts for the ranking, and you can see the ranking here in the main page. For example, now this address get a profit of 83% on this position, and this is at the moment the king of swap. How it works at the end of the competition, the 13th of before the 13th of November, so the 12th before midnight or GMT, we will see the ranking of the competition, and the first position will get 1,500 USDT, the second position 1,000, the third 600, and from the 4th to the 10th 200 USDT, and from the 11th to the 3rd 75 USDT. Why we are doing that? Why we are pushing the swap competition? Just to push people to try swaps and to try how it works. So if you are really good at using the swaps in your favor, so to be in profit, this is the best way to understand how the application works. And if you do it really well, then you get your prize from the swap competition. Always remembering that the more swaps are open, the more fees are collected, and the more buyback on XMT token is done. So it's a circle. For the details, we can read the details on the Medium. I don't know if I have to add something. In any case, just ask.
Okay.
Have an idea when you can add the gold swaps in the roadmap? I didn't see dates. Sorry for all these questions. Don't worry, Justin. It's normal to have questions. So we are working so the technical solution has been found, how to add the asset. Then after developing all the solution, we should test it. So why there is no date? Because before we had everything tested and we could know how to add some new features. In this moment, everything should be done in a way that is before safe and then used. So the moment everything is under construction, maybe we can see the gold swaps before the end of November, but we never know. It should be safe before everything else. So I can
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I think in November we will see it. I think in November, but
yeah, and I can jump on that, and together with this new feature, we will see a global redesign of the landing page, as you already mentioned at the beginning of the video, and also the decentralized application. So maybe at the time you are seeing this video, the decentralized application will look slightly different, but the core feature will still be there. maybe the decentralized application will go under a soft redesign.
Soft, maybe hard. No, the app will be soft, yes.
The app will be soft.
Instead,
It's the landing page with the hard redesign. Yeah.
instead, you will be surprised about the new landing page or website. This will be really redesigned because this was something used for the IDO phase almost 1 year ago now.
Yeah.
And now it really needs restyling, new information structure, because from here it's difficult to understand how swaps work, and the main focus of the team is to let people understand how to use the swaps and why it should be interesting for you. So thank you guys. I think we were done for today. This was just a very starting introduction of the system. I think we can do this kind of live often,
More often.
during the year. Sorry for my English, I have to say that, because my strong Italian accent can be listened, can be perceived from the audience. But anyway, we'll try to do that. Marco will help me in the future. Some spoiler about Megaswap. Megaswap, what is a spoiler I can give is that Megaswap is the structure that can be helpful for the institutional partners of Metaswap. Why? Because now, for these live sessions, I'm talking to retails, mainly people using MetaMask, that can go directly on the app and use the swaps. But how to onboard companies, how to onboard big corporations, we cannot pretend that these people are able to use MetaMask. So I cannot say, look, go here and log in with your MetaMask. So it's needed to have part of of MetaMask, of Metaswap, able to onboard people from the beginning to the teaching how to use a decentralized finance system and to arrive to use MetaMask properly. So
Yeah,
this is a spoiler.
I would like to point out, because I've read some messages in the chat, in the groups, in the communities in the last weeks. Megaswap is not a rebranding of Metaswap. Metaswap will stay Metaswap for the retails crypto users. Megaswap is just, how can we define Megaswap? Is just a medium of communication, as Tiziano has said. So it's not a rebranding of Metaswap. That's important, because I've read messages stating this about the users.
Exactly. Anyway, it will be communicated. There will be an announcement, as everything. As always, you can find everything on Medium and on Telegram official channel, so in English. The chats are used to discuss what in the announcement the foundation and the Metaswap team is doing through the channel. You can find all the information from the website, and you will see that it will be much easier from now on. So I was reading a nice video. Thank you, Siapa. So anyway, we'll communicate the next live in the chat, in the Telegram group, and on Twitter and wherever we communicate, usually in the official channels. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, Lorenzo. Let's keep building.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye,
Bye, guys.